Thank you for joining us. Serious and Silliness Bodybuilding on YouTube, Rumble, Apple iTunes. Where else am I? Google Podcast, Apple. I said Apple iTunes. Spotify. Almost forgot that one. This is Anabolic Academy. And this is the part of Serious and Silliness Bodybuilding where you get to ask me questions and I answer them regarding bodybuilding, fitness, or any question you really want to ask me. I don't care. But before we start, please, I'm pleading with you, I'm begging you, subscribe, like, share, especially subscribe. If you haven't been subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit that subscribe button and enjoy all the content because I'm giving you the best bodybuilding content and I'm funny and I'm handsome. Depends on who's watching. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. It's a big help, actually. So why don't we just jump right into it? If those of you are the first time tuning in, you could reach me at Instagram, Serious and Silliness, John Livy on Facebook, John Livy on TikTok. Email me, UncleJohn1201 at Gmail, John_Livy at Yahoo. And now let's get into it. First question is from Billy Del Russo. I also refer to him as the not homosexual hairdresser because he's a friend of mine. I actually know him. He's a good dude. He's a good hairdresser. He's Billy Del Russo on Instagram. And if you are in the New Jersey or New York area and you need to get your hair done, contact him. Anyway, he asked, I know EQ is not your thing. How long do you recommend staying on before dropping? Okay. So I'll answer the second part first. It's like any other anabolic, 6 to 12 weeks. That's about it. Okay. Then after that, you obviously go on your PCT and then continue. And then the next cycle, I would pick another anabolic, testosterone and something else. Right. Now, I personally am not crazy about EQ because I never had great results from EQ. I always chose DECA over EQ because DECA usually helped tremendously with my joints, with my elbow, shoulders, and lower back, and whatever else pain I had, knee, whatever. It really, really helps. It's lubricated it much better than EQ. And I never got this great result from EQ. You know, there were times I would use it and it'd be like, I almost see nothing. And I've used it a million times. Don't get me wrong. You know, some people love it. The majority of people love EQ. But everybody's different. Everybody reacts different to different drugs, different anabolics, so on and so forth. Okay. This is nothing new. So I always prefer DECA over EQ. And it's a learning curve. You're going to have to try different things to see what really works for you. Another drug that never really did great things for me was Anadrol. I know guys love Anadrol. Love it, love it, love it. First of all, it killed my appetite. It would make me feel almost nauseous if I took over 50 milligrams of it. And I never saw great results. I saw okay results, but I would have better results with D-bol or even better results with Turinabol. And other people would be like, really? Turinabol? I used to love Turinabol. I used to get hard and grainy and lean on Turinabol and vascular. And other people would be like, I don't, no, not at all, you know? So everybody's a little different. But yeah, 6 to 12 weeks. I was never crazy about EQ, but that doesn't mean it doesn't work for you. Next question by Billy Del Russo. Where are you? I almost lost you. Fast acting versus slow acting, my opinion. Okay. I always prefer slow acting. The two basic reasons is number one, I don't like pitting myself every other day. You use the fast acting performance enhancement drug, you got to hit yourself every other day because it's in and out of your body in 24 to 48 hours. It's annoying as hell. Slow acting, it's just that. It's going to stay in your system and it is a slow increase of your hormonal balance, right? So if you're taking cypionate as opposed to propionate, cypionate is a slow-acting testosterone, and it's going to slowly increase, you know, over some time. Whereas propionate in the anti system, it's like a spike of testosterone, right? And hormonally, it's better if you use a slow-acting one. You don't want your hormones to go up and down, up and down, up and down. Because that's when you break out, things like that. And think about it, like, you know, most of the time you broke out during your puberty when your hormones were going crazy. And that's kind of similar to what's happening when you use a fast-acting testosterone or fast-acting anything, right? The other thing is it's a hell of a lot more expensive to use fast-acting because it's going to be the same price for a certain amount, and you need more because you have to use it every other day. And then at the end of the day, I never saw a difference in the results. I mean, when I competed, I used fast-acting stuff because, you know, you're splitting hairs. But if you're the kind of guy that just kind of want to get in shape, and you're like, oh, I want to use propionate because I hear it's, you know, better when you want to get lean. You're literally like you're not going to see much of a difference. Let's put it that way. You're not. Because if you're just the guy that wants to get in shape, your diet's not right. You know, it's not 100%. my attitude was I would use fast acting during prep because my diet was on point, 100% on point. My workouts were on, so every little thing counted. Whereas if you just kind of want to, put size on or get in shape or whatever the case may be, and or maybe you just have low testosterone levels and you want to use testosterone, slow acting stuff to me is just as good, and the benefits outweigh the fast acting stuff. Excuse me. So that's that. Next. Oh shit. Guess who's next? Fran is the man, because guess what? Fran is the man. Is it important to have a strong social media presence as a pro bodybuilder? Yes, it is. If you are a pro bodybuilder, you should definitely work on your social media because let's face it, okay? Let's face it. Supplement companies don't want to sponsor you unless you have a strong social media presence. They don't care how many bodybuilding contests you win. They care how many followers you have on Instagram and TikTok or YouTube and so on and so forth. They don't give a shit how many bodybuilding contests you win. So if you don't present yourself on social media strongly, you kind of, and on top of that, right? If you have a strong social media presence, and you could also do online training, you could also charge more for guest posing because people know they're going to come and see you, right? So yes, there's a tremendous amount of benefits to having a strong social media presence, and I truly believe it's a different era. And if you're going to be a professional athlete, a professional bodybuilder especially, you need a strong social media presence. Let's see. What's the next goddamn question? Thoughts on jump rope for cardio? If you could do it, I don't care. All right, listen, you play basketball for cardio. I mean, if you enjoy it and you like it and your heart rate's up and you do it long enough to burn, to help burn fat, go right ahead. No problem with me. I don't care. What's your current supplement stack? Okay. Obviously, I use a weight isolate. I also use a, Jesus Christ, what do I use? All right. So I use a multivitamin, multi-mineral, vitamin C, vitamin D, CoQ10, glucosamine, chondroitin, MSM, and fiber. Fiber. I really like the fiber from Species, Fiberlize. I also use the glucosamine, chondroitin from Species. Okay, that's Dave Palumbo stuff. I see it helps me a lot with, as you get older and you want to lift, your joints bother you, your elbows bother you, your knees bother you, your lower back, everything bothers you. It really does help the glucosamine controlling. And I don't have a problem like swallowing pills, like that never bother me. Some people are like, hey, I can't smell a pill. I had no problem. I literally could just throw a bunch and swallow, so it doesn't really bother me. Anything else as far as supplements? No. I started taking multi-minerals during COVID because of zinc. I wanted to take zinc, and I would also drink tonic water during the time because the quinine in tonic water actually helped the absorption of zinc, and zinc really helped fight COVID. And then I just stayed on that because I know it's beneficial anyway. So it was a multi-mineral, multi-mineral, multivitamin, CoQ10 for repair, cell growth, and obviously, your heart, fiber to keep regular, protein, obviously, everybody knows what protein. What were the other things I mentioned? I don't even remember. We said glucosamine, chondroitin. That's it. Yeah. Oh, vitamin D. I got to take vitamin D because I'm in the sewer and I literally get no sunlight. So I have if I don't take it, I'm deficient in vitamin D. So, that's something personal I have to take. Might not be the same for everybody, but it is what it is. All right, let's see my next question from Gobbledygoots. Hey, Pachigalupe. No, it is Fran is the man. What's the best and worst chim chain? Chim chain. It'll suck. Yeah, but all right. So the worst clearly is Planet Fitness. It is a Fisher Price gym. I know you guys like when I call it that. It is a Fisher Price gym. It's not a real gym. It's crap. It's corporate greed crap. And after they threw that woman out for complaining about having a trans woman in the bathroom, I absolutely, I'd rather, I would never step foot in Planet Fitness again. Okay, that irks the shit out of me. But even before that, Planet Fitness's corporate strategy is basically to charge little and have not serious people go so that people don't go. Let me explain. The regular person that wants to get in shape decides, oh, I'll go to Planet Fitness. It's not intimidating. There's no muscle heads there. There's nobody grunting or groaning, right? It's that judgment-free zone bullshit. It's only $10, $20 a month, whatever it is. And you know that the majority of people that go that aren't severely into fitness and bodybuilding stop going, right? Now, if you're charging $50, $60 a month and somebody stops going, they go, that's expensive. Let me cancel. But psychologically, if you only see 10 or $20, you go, I'm not going to cancel. I'll go back next week. I'll go back next month. Right. And sometimes it's so little that they totally forget that it's on their credit card because it's like only $10, $20. It's not a significant amount where it's going to wake you up and go, oh, I forgot about that. Right. So it's just a corporate greedy gym to begin with. And that trans thing that happened over the weekend or last week, that basically was the straw that broke the camel's back. The best. Well, I go to LA Fitness. I never had a real problem with LA Fitness, except that management doesn't stay on top of the equipment. They really don't care. It's all about numbers. They don't care about the people in the gym. Then nobody's walking around making sure everybody's okay or whatever. Like you get at a personal gym, what a guy who owns it cares what people think or so on. So all they care about is numbers. What I mean is people joining. So every month they have a quota, but they don't bother me if I'm training heavy or dropping weights, nothing like that. Retros are also pretty good. I would definitely stay away from Planet Fitness. I would stay away from, what's the other gym? Crunch. It's kind of like a Planet Fitness, same kind of thing. Yeah, retro's not bad at all, actually. Yeah, retro or LA. I never had a problem with either one of them. So anyway, all right. Next question. And if I'm forgetting a change, just let me know. I don't know all of them. Male wellness. Yeah, that's funny. What's he gonna get? Rikishi from WWE. Remember that? Remember that guy? He had a huge ass and he used to sit on everybody's face. HitFit_performance. Do you think it is a lot of site enhancement oils on this pro stage these days? Thoughts about? Yes, I do think that they use it. I think bodybuilders want to win so bad that they'll use anything. I think if you are truly a competitive bodybuilder and you have a competitive spirit, you'll do it nothing to win. And the truth of the matter is, it's like I don't understand the like the craziness of the site enhancement oils. Like you're already taking to steroids, you're already taking growth hormone, you're already taking insulin. It's all temporary muscle, right? I mean, you see when these guys retire, they're half the size when they come off. It's all temporary muscle. I don't understand why the site enhancement oil. I know somebody, I don't remember, made a comment and said, well, it's looked at that, you're not growing muscle properly. And it's like, well, the same thing. You can make that argument with using steroids. You kind of cheating, if you will. You're not doing it naturally. But, it doesn't make sense to me to say, oh, this one method of putting muscle on temporarily is fine, but this other method of putting muscle on is not good. You know what I mean? So it doesn't bother me. If you do it right, it doesn't look bad at all. I mean, some people do it terribly and you can see it's just awful. I mean, that's something different because it's a presence on stage that you're bringing and it just looks terrible. I mean, overusing it, like you see these guys in South America and the Ukraine, I mean, they just look ridiculous, right? They're just assholes, right? It's supposed to be used to it like if you don't have great shoulders and you need to cap off your shoulder, if you don't have great calves, you need that, or biceps. And it's supposed to use to help a little bit. Site enhancement oil should be used just like any other thing to help you a little bit to help you get past a struggling point, if you will. And that goes with anabolics, that goes with growth, that goes with insulin, not overdoing it, doing it to the point where it's just helping you. It should be one of the tools and not depending on it. Right. And I think I used this saying once before. I mean, I used to be very good friends with this girl who was a female bodybuilder. I don't think she ever turned pro, but I haven't seen her a very long time. I mean, years. I was in my 20s. And it was Cassie Hornbuckle. She was from Staten Island. She was huge. She was jacked. And she was the sweetheart of a person. And she actually had this analogy. And she said, anabolic steroids should be used like makeup, just a little bit enough to highlight the good things. And when she said that to me, I was like, oh, that really makes sense. So, and the same thing with site enhancement oils. It's like, the people that go crazy more, that doesn't work. All right. It actually looks horrible, especially with site enhancement oils, because you can clearly see if you don't do it right, you can clearly see. You don't see the muscle crisper. You don't see the definition. You don't see the muscle fibers. It just looks ridiculous. But unfortunately, that does it for Anabolic Academy. And you know me, I hate goodbye. But you best tune in, because this week we have another Cast for Muscle Talk coming up, which will be out Thursday. I record it on Wednesdays. And of course, Phil's going to be back and Dorian's going to be back. And I don't know, I got a message. Luke, sometimes Luke works late. But if you lasted to the last minute of this video, I thank you. It is very important to me that people enjoy my content. And please like, subscribe. That's also very important to me, because I'm trying to get this channel to grow, and I need you guys. I need you guys to do that. So listen, Serious and Silliness Bodybuilding. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Later. Peace.